Hey up, boys. We'll try this again. Hopefully we have some sound this time. So yeah, as the video title says, we'll be talking about the Kings of War. The Kings of War Clash of Kings tournament from this weekend. 2,000 points, 6 games over Saturday and Sunday. It was absolutely awesome. And I will say this many, many times during this video. So I'm going to go from everything. I've got some pictures to show throughout the thing, throughout the show as such kind of thing. So we're going to go start with these first. So we need to, there we go. So we're going to go through the venue first. As you can see, I absolutely loved the day. It was absolutely awesome. So this was the venue. It was at Sanctuary Games in Sutton and Ashfield, I believe it was called. Really spacious. It's a refurbished church. It's really, really cool. It just fits in with like the Wargamer scene as such. It's really, really awesome. A lot of people maybe on the first day were complaining about the cold because it is a massive open space. Look at the size of the ceiling; it's huge. But people wrapped up, and no one really else could really complain about stuff like that, you know. And once everybody's in there, you know, you've got like over 80 bodies in there. It soon warms up. And on the first day, I took my hoodie off and stuff. It wasn't as cold as what I actually thought it was going to be. So yeah, it's really awesome. There were hot drinks, cold drinks, everything. One side, the star in the middle, and then lots and lots of Wargamers playing. The thing as well, he didn't really notice the smell as well. That was really, really awesome. You see, we're the cleanest men in the world, or because it was such a big venue, open air, fresh air, it didn't really generate it like you normally do when you go to like big events and stuff. It really, that was, I know it's only something really little, but it still was quite awesome to have that. There were stools everywhere you could sit down. The boards were beautiful. The terrain was just like normal terrain, really. So last year, apparently, there was 4 games on the Saturday and 2 games on the Sunday. But obviously, I didn't go last year. I've never been to a Clash of Kings before, so I wasn't really sure. And even as a non-driver, I would definitely want to do 4 games on the Saturday and 3 on the Sunday. And just for the pure fact of Sunday, everyone's very tired and we've all got to travel back home. But, you know, and it was just exhausting. A few of us, it was our own fault for going out the night before. That was the truth. But organisation were cool. I really, you know, all the Manic guys were streaming throughout the day on their Facebook and stuff. So yeah, overall, I think it was a really awesome event. I really enjoyed myself. Same with the scenarios. I didn't have any problems with any of them. There were a bit of a terrain issue in one of my games, but we just left it as it was, and we just thought, well, let's have to work around it. It was an impossible piece of terrain in the center of the board when we had to be in the center of the board to win the scenario. So that were a little bit awkward, but I say everybody that I played against were absolutely fantastic. I've met so many new friends, made new friends, you know. It was just absolutely awesome. Everyone were really, really helpful. You know, I have played a lot of Kings of War, but still, I don't really know what I'm doing. Like you say, I don't take anything serious. I just turn up. I got one rule right against a guy. I was pretty happy about that. I was like, no, I think you can actually just do this. I'm sure it is because you've got this. And I was right, and I'm like, yes. I got smashed to bits, but yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go quickly over the game. So there were 6 games, first 3 games. I lost them all. Let's just say that straight away. Our first game, I went against a Brazilian. We'll just say call them Brazilians. I went against some Brazilians and Kingdoms of Men, and I just got outflown. I took a few like chaff units. I can share my pictures. I've got loads of pictures of models throughout the day. So they're all in random order. So I thought it was something pretty to look at. So we've got. Yeah, I just got outflown. I took a few chaff units. I took some Gore Riders so I could charge them in and stop them from flying everywhere. But I just got outflown. There were 5 flyers, and I had 2 chaff units. So you can see there's a flyer there, and I've literally ran them all the way around that impassable terrain there to charge that thing, but it managed to just get away. So that would get game 1. I went against the Flyer one. I want this one. Game 2, I went against Ogres and got tabled. Totally tabled. I've never been tabled before till then. I just couldn't do anything whatsoever. Game 3, I came up against a full orc list, no shooting. A really awesome, really nice guy. We were all quite had a few waters by then, and it were just really fun games. Just smashed each other to bits. It really is. So day 1, I didn't win a game, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself. And that sounds very strange, and people think I'm very weird about that, but I just enjoy playing. I'm not bothered about if I win or lose. I like doing silly things with my army, you know, like a small unit charging into a hero and trying to take him down and stuff like that. You know, I like the narrative side of wargaming, and that's just me. I'm not about winning at all. I don't really. To be honest, I just don't care. It's very blunt, to be honest. Second day, and against Rolling Laces Vanguard. And to be honest, I was very tired, let's just say, from the night before. He actually bought me a coffee, bless his heart. It was so awesome. And it just went from there. I actually managed to table him. I was very unlucky, and I was very lucky. But in his first term, he shot at my giant abyssal golem, did 6 wounds, and he did double 6 to kill, and I rolled double 6, and there were no inspiring. But I'll go over my list. That's my big golem thing there. It was just a beast all weekend, to be honest. My army did well, to be honest. I'm really proud of all the boys that turned up on my Chaos Dwarf. There's a few tweaks and changes that I'm going to do, like my magic items and stuff. But that's it, really. I think I've got a tournament coming up soon, but it's a lot smaller point-wise. But I'm kind of getting the feel of what my army wants to be now, so it's quite cool. I'd say flyers and individual rules, stuff like that, were really awesome because as individuals, people were more hesitant to take them because obviously in a lot of the scenarios they only counted as half points for when they got into the table, half or quarter or whatever they needed to get for the points wise. The point system and stuff at the end of each game, it wasn't until game 6 I actually understood it, and that might have just not been just me. Like, it might have been just because it were me, but like all my opponents were the same. We were like didn't have a clue what we were really. I don't know if it's because it wasn't really told what we were supposed to do, or it was just the thing of they were just a little bit confusing as such. They were called attrition. Like I've never even heard the word attrition before, but it didn't really matter to me. Like it doesn't bother. Apparently there was some controversy over the table standings and who played who next. But as I say, personally for me, it didn't really bother me. So probably the most negative thing of the weekend, but to be honest, it didn't really affect me. Again, it didn't really affect me, was the top 3 players that won the tournament. So Tom Robinson, Darren Parks, and Dan King. They only got trophies for coming top 3. There was no prize at all. And then that's when I think, so these players that are getting upset about army lists and spamming stuff and and scenarios, why are they really that bothered when they're really going to win a piece of like pretty much perspex with the Atlantic logo on it? Like, if it was for like a big thing, like a big prize pool, I could understand why they're all getting a little bit touchy and a bit upset. Like, all right, not upset, you know what I mean? A little bit like gaming, you know. But now the only one that made my life and my thinking even easier. I was like, yes, this, you know, it was just one of those things. Like, if you can't, if you're not going to win anything, like, why take it even serious than what it's not already serious playing with toy soldiers is? So, but that was the only like negative thing out of all the weekend that still didn't really affect me as such, that there was no like prize. The paint contest was a little bit strange as well, because I got told that it was, you only could enter if you had 90% Mantic models. So I didn't enter. Probably, I don't know, maybe I got 70 or 80. So I didn't enter at all. But then when it comes to the like announcing the paint contest, the Mantic Army winner won, and then because the other army was so good, they give that army the overall paint contest thing, and I think it wasn't really that fair because I would have entered mine, even though mine is not as good as others. But I still think I'd have had quite a good chance of like winning the like non-Mantic one with my army, and I think a few other people would have done as well, just on the basis of, you know, it was just that we didn't enter because we didn't know till the end of the day that's how it was working. So that was like another like little negative thing, but it didn't really bother me again. There's a lot more positives than the one negatives, and I'm extremely looking forward to next year already. It was just a stunning day. Everyone was so helpful. Everyone was so polite and nice. There was some like, look at this paint job. It's absolutely stunning. Like there were 3K Dwarfs players there, so it was quite good. I'm still #1 in the world, even though I won one game. But it's because I drew the 2 on the other game, so it did really good. So just stop screaming that. I hope there's still sound coming through. I'm going to probably cry. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you are around next year for Clash of Kings, you've got a whole year to get 2,000 points done. It's just a massive laugh all weekend. You can have a few waters. You can, you know, the food is spectacular. Thank you very much for Sanctuary Games, the Mantic team, and everybody that played me and made my gaming experience perfect. It was beautiful. Even though you all kicked my butt, it was still just an absolute laugh all weekend. So, guys, thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a fantastic week, and don't forget to wear your seatbelts. Bye.